All right, everyone. Welcome to a broadcast of MechWarrior competitive scene for the Innersphere Champions, Year 6. This is going to be the Div A division match between Career and Yacht Club and 228 Reapers. And 5 minutes are on the clock for Team 1. Give me 1 second here where I finish getting some stuff set up, and we will begin with some gameplay, or some not gameplay, map strat commentary. All right. And here we go. All right, getting this kicked off here. We'll have a look at our map strat. This first drop here is going to be the 275-ton drop on Terra Therma Crucible here. This match will be fairly interesting to see, as KDCM is very, very well known at this point for their brawl strategies. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this map, which arguably generally tends to play out in this center area here of the Terra Therma Crucible. You sometimes can see some people who take some spots up here on the volcanoes and possibly try and get some sniping in, but for the most part, this seems a fairly brawl-favored map. 228R on the other hand here seems to be a little bit more flexible in what they play, and yet they have a very definitive strategy for what they're known for. Two minutes 34 seconds left on the clock as Team 1 will finish locking here, and we'll now go to 5 minutes on the clock for Team 2. Alright, all of Team 2 is readied up here at this point. So very likely that they will be locking in here shortly, though it seems as though they are doing some last-minute talking amongst themselves. While they do that... Oh, yep, there we go. Just as I was about to... Yes, sir. What is... Alright, and Jay thankfully catching out the view mode there. Good thing we were just reviewing those settings, and they are now locked. So, with 3 minutes left on the clock, we will be going into the first match here. Alright. Let me go and make sure here that when this starts up on Twitch, it hopefully won't start making some noise. We wait for both teams to load in here. Awesome. Alright. Seems I've spawned where Team 2 is. We'll start with them here and what they are running. We have Javelin, Blackjack Arrow, Charger number 7, Thunderbolt, Osiris 1P, and a Flea. Charger number 7 is notable here for being a good mech for leading the charge with its minus 100% chance to receiving critical strikes. Looking like a very brawl-centered deck. Coming up from KDCM here, then, we will see 3 Javelins, a Dervish, an Annihilator 1X, and an Osiris 1P. Also looking to be fairly brawl-heavy, though let's look at what's on this Annihilator here. That's going to be a heavy Gauss Annihilator, looking to just drill something open there. Followed by a Dervish with some Serms. We have some conflicts coming out here on the center here at Theta. The Javelins and the light mechs just getting out a little bit of peak damage here. Looks as though the Thunderbolt is a triple large X-Pulse Thunderbolt. Let's double check that. Nope, it is 7 million bolts. That would be the Charger shooting out those large X-Pulse there. Alright. And it looks as though 228R has taken the Theta hold. However, it looks as though Call Me Gil and his Javelin did go down and grab Kappa here. As 228R has yet to take Theta. They are at a cap disadvantage by 37 so far. KDCM looking to hold up on the ridge here. Both teams having taken minimal damage so far. Looking as though KDCM is just waiting for their Annihilator to catch up before pushing in here. Now the Annihilator has arrived. They are sending it full in. Looks as though they are going on that number 7 of Lermgod. Andilard possibly coming in here for a back. Lermgod taking a lot of damage here. Lermgod's both legs will be opened. Andy going in the brawl with the Annihilator here, keeping the Annihilator crucially occupied. Jay and the Javelin will go down in exchange for Lermgod and the number 7. The Annihilator now returning to the fray, lobbing a shot on the Fire Ant. Xel'Naga looking to be the next primary here from 228R. Fire Ant and Andilard both critically... Andilard, not super heavily. Fire Ant will go down. Glado and Merkjay also heavily wounded. Glado looking to be legged. Merkjay in a corner here, stuck against the Dervish and Javelin, Stool Softener, and Snake. Snake will go down, but at the cost of Merc. Glado coming around here, taking out Call Me Gil. Stool Softener left here, the brawl with Gladosaur, as Teos looks to be trying to finish him off. And we'll come down to the Osiris and Annihilator versus the Flea and the Javelin. The Osiris is legged and almost dead. Can Yami finish him off here? Yes, but Yami will get legged with an open CT here. And the Annihilator is relatively fresh here, finishing off Yami with one go. Looking as though Andilard may have realized here that his best bet is to just run away and play the cap game. And it is down to a 1v1 versus Andilard and Teos. Javelin versus the Annihilator. Alright, Andilard will decap Kappa. Teos looking to have abandoned Theta. Looking to maybe try and cut Andy off as he comes back from Kappa here. Andali possibly anticipating this, seems to be going around the long way. Teos is overlooking this angle though. So he does seem to be anticipating possibly a return from Andy. No, he is just going to go straight for Theta. So Andy will take the long way around, likely the Epsilon, as it will look like this will turn into a game of caps.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Teos now heading towards Epsilon. Question now is, will Andy reach Epsilon before Teos? Seems to be a bit indecisive here. Possibly is just kind of waiting here now that they have the Caply to see where Teos goes, knowing that if Teos does go for Epsilon here, and he could just dive in the Theta and take that real quick, and Teos and the Annihilator, unfortunately, would have no real way to counteract that. The Annihilator, unfortunately, unable to go faster than 48 kph, 52 speed tweak, is not the most agile of mechs. Teos now having kind of changed direction, looks to be kind of doing circles around Theta. Possibly accepting his fate. Looks like he may try and set up somewhere to surprise Andy here. Looks as though Andy is getting ready to try and make that run for Epsi. Teos jumping down for Kappa here. If Andy doesn't make that run to Epsi, it will turn ever so slightly in the favor of KDCM. And now all we can do is wait. Teos taking a rather long about path Kappa here. And he's seeming content to just sit here in the saddle. Teos is just ever so slightly working his way towards Kappa. And Teos will shortly here arrive on Kappa, which will swing the tempo in favor of KDCM and Korean Yacht Club. Looks as though Andy has started moving now. Seeing that Teos is over on Kappa, it looks like he is in fact running for Theta.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Let's again try and pull up that paper to all see here. See just how injured each of them are. And he's right side heavily wounded. Teos on the other hand, practically fresh. Little bit of damage in his rear.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Andy looking to return full cap Theta here. Teos slowly waddling his way back. Fortunately, no great sight lines here in onto the objective. Andy making that trek over towards Epsi.
They've taken Epsilon.
Interesting. Some banter coming out here from KDCM. This now definitely does put 228 in a bit of an interesting situation here. As Tios now back being on Theta, quickly decapping it. We'll have re-established a cap lead.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Andy now slowly working his way back towards Kappa. Tios now heading back towards Kappa. This will get interesting here. Overview to see if Tios can catch any line of sight here on Andy. The Annihilator lumbering in. Andy's demise
Kappa
possibly
is under
on
enemy
a...
control.
Ooh, and he will likely just slightly get away from here. However, Tios will very quickly undo that cap here, once again putting 228 in a very interesting situation. With 1 minute 17 left on the clock now, it will still be a fairly close game. Tios not seemingly hearing Andy's JJs here as Andy will make his way back to Theta. Tios still moving for Kappa there. Believe because of the cap speed differences here, it'll still be close.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Question now is, can 228R recap Theta in enough time to regain these 8 points that they are under with 18 seconds left on the clock? This will be very close, though I do believe they can in fact make back those last 8 points. 9 seconds. And they will in fact make back those points. This match will go to 228 Reapers.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've failed.
All right. Get this ported over to the scoreboard here real quick and get that up on the screen for everyone. Very close game that will end match 1 of KDCM Yacht Club versus 228 Reapers, with the Reapers coming out on top just barely through caps. All right. That first match there. Fairly close damages coming out here from 228 Reapers with their Blackjack Arrow, Merc J coming out with damage on top. Otherwise, most of their members seeming to have had fairly good focus fire on the members of the Korean Yacht Club that they did kill. Korean Yacht Club, their Cyrus 1P here, coming out with similar damage to the top damage from Reapers, Merc J. Then that Annihilator 1X there, just doing a superb amount of damage at 542. Overall, decent spread of damage from both teams. Coming back to the cap strat here. Next match will be played out on Canyon Network. Canyon Network, first being a longtime staple of the game. Definitely a very interesting map to see. Be interesting to see if either team here tries to play along this E3 ridge, or if they try and opt for Team 1 at least, this Echo 5 hill. From Team 2, well, it's not recommended. You can sometimes see teams try and hold Charlie 3 here. Though more likely they'll either go C5 Trash Pile or the Delta 5 by Epsi. Could see something entirely different altogether, however, as this map is fairly forgiving in the different playstyles that you can see. And I forgot to put this first team on a timer, so we will be a little forgiving in time here. Some banter coming out from the teams here as KDCM's Captain J here is saying that his Annihilator should have offered itself to the Volcano Gods that last match. For everyone watching on the stream. Oh. I do need to swap the map to Canyon. All right, and 5 minutes going on the clock for 228R. Apologies for the rather quiet interim here between the matches. Coming in after a fairly long day to bring this match to you all. I'm being mocked! Alright. The banter is real with these teams. In all fairness, I slightly do deserve that. However, also, I am not a ref. However, the rules do not state anything about the map needing to be swapped in the lobby for the timer to start. But it also does not matter. Alright, Team 2 is locked, and we will be launching. Alright, both teams loading in here in a record time. Alright, we look to have a number 7 followed by Catapults and a Crusader, along with an Osiris coming in here from 228R. On the other team here, 3 Phoenix Hawks, Tomb Raider 4 A's. Likely, let's see what they're running on the Phoenix Hawks here. Likely snubs, heavy PPC, light PPC. So looking to be a skirmish trade track coming out here from KDCM. Not quite the brawl that they are known for. And then 228R coming out here strong with a heavy brawl strat from Team 2. Teams already lightly skirmishing here. That light PPC, heavy PPC being very good for Pop-Tart trading here at the early stages of the game. That extra range really helping them reach out and touch. Snek and Tios setting up their Overwatch here, looking to get ready to possibly receive. The Snake looking like he might want to go down there in the trench. Snek will in fact fall down into the trench here. It looks as though he will jump jet back out. 228R charging up that hill, the Charger leading the way, as is its namesake. Fire Ant going after Stool Softener here on the side. The number 7 getting legged here, taking an absolute beating. Fire Ant Stool Softener trading it out here in the corner. Tio's taking a good amount of damage here. Red in the Charger almost legged. Tio's taking a lot of head damage here. Fire Ant getting 2v1 down here by Jay and Stool Softener, likely about to go down. Red Baron trying to slowly climb up this hill as Zolnaga does come into his back here. Red Baron will go down. Fire Ant getting 2v1 down here, looking as though he is about to drop. Lermgon the Catapult also going down. Tios and the Marauder will go down as well. Zulk getting legged as Andy Lard and Ramron to charge in here to try and take out Snek. However, they are left to go against the Vulcan and 3 Phoenix Hawks. It's the last 2 standing for their team. Snake doing a very good job of not dying. Snake finally going down, however. Andy Lard is already pretty critically wounded at this time. Andy Lard will get legged here, so it is bound to just Ramrod to try and pull this back. However, with the heavy PPC, light PPC Phoenix Hawks here, and as none of them are legged, will be quite difficult to try and chase them down, as they do move exceptionally fast and probably can just outrange the catapult while pop turning it down at this point. Andy now taking fire from the Vulcan. Vulcan running an XPL, machine gun XPL MPL build here. Of course, the XPL. Ramrod now getting legged as he then is circled and taken down by the Phoenixes. Very well played skirmish strat coming out here from KDCM Yacht Club.
We've gained Epsilon.
All right, and we'll get the scoreboard pulled up on screen here for you. All right, and time to swap team sides here. And 5 minutes going on the clock. All right, reviewing that last match. God damn it, Jay. All right, and way to destroy my concentration. All right, on to that last match here. Jay coming out with 330 damage. Majority of KDCM having very good, closely clustered damage there. All of them averaging about 330, 340. Lowest member in their team doing 275 damage. Very, very good focus fire coming out from them there. 228 Reapers here. Andy Lark coming out there with that 630 damage, followed up then by Lermgod. Otherwise, looking as though their catapults may have just kind of struggled to get in the range there, unfortunately, with that very fast-moving trade strat coming out from Caribbean Yacht Club. Going back and looking at the map strat here, looks as though KDCM did in fact go for a Team 1 hold here, where they went and they set up on the Echo 4 hole and ridge here, and then pulled back more towards this Echo 5 area, which is a fairly common holding position. Meanwhile, their Phoenix Hawks kind of spread out. Had a bit of a engagement here where Fire unfortunately got 2v1'd over in the Echo 4 corner. And he just got melted here as Red Baron got taken out as he went up Echo 4. As the catapults pushed over the ridge into here, took out Tios and his Marauder, and then pushed in and unfortunately died as they were pushing on. What was the other Marauder here? Snack and his Marauder. Snack doing a very good job of twisting off most of that damage, making it very difficult for them to actually finish off his second leg. Alright, looks as though Team 1 has gotten ready. Interesting to see here how 228R decides to play this map. Team 1 is locked. Put 5 minutes on the clock for Team 2. Going back to Mapstrat actually real quick here. Going over that approach there, it did look as though last match 228R took a valley approach here where they came out up through D4 and pushed out over. Meanwhile, Team 1 came out, kind of branched out their Phoenix Hawks all through here and had their big set up on this nice purple line and then pull back and just try and maintain that range. Currently having a wonderful debate with chat. For those who do not know, there are 2 J's present in this match, potentially. I don't believe Jay-Z will be making it to 228R today, but there is Jay, leader of KDCM, Korean Yacht Club here, as well as Jay-Z, who is a member of the Cauldron and is on 228 Reapers. Alright, Team 2 is locked and we will be launching. And forgot to get that win up on the scoreboard here. Going to accidentally blind you all here real quick as I flip between tabs, get that scoreboard hopefully updated. And it didn't even update. Beautiful. Alright, and we are back on Canyon Network here. Coming out from Team 2 here. We will have, looks like to be their last Marauder 2 coming out in the game here from KDCM. A Blackjack 3. 2 ERPPCs. Looking to be a very similar skirmish strat coming out here with 2 bigs and a bunch of skirmishers from 228, or sorry, KDCM. Oopsie doopsie there. And then coming out from 228, they will have a receive strat, it looks like. Coming out here with an ERPPC and a Snubnose Crusader, followed up by quad X-Pulse Atlases, and then 2 Flea 17s. Ooh, Yami taking a good hit there. Neither team able to secure Theta as both set up Overwatch. Tios and Stool Softener sitting back out here. Snake will move towards Trash Pile. Two Fleas fending off the Vulcan and the Spider from taking over Theta. While they then get pop-tarted out by everyone else from KDCM. The two Atlases holding back fairly far back here. Over in Echo 5. Looking as though they've realized that they may need to move up. That Corsair, having lines here, is getting in some good value there, trading a little bit of damage into the Atlases. Meanwhile, most of KDCM is staying pretty healthy as they do work on trying to just Pop-Tart skirmish down T28R here. Fire Ant looking as though he's going to try and grab that cap here, trying to put some pressure on. However, KDCM may have had a similar idea here, as Call Me Gil is also sprinting straight for the same place. However, it could be quite unfortunate for Fire Ant here, as Stool Softener is set up right there, the Overwatch and back him up. Fire Ant seeing Call Me Gil there will just back away. Oh, or he maybe tries to bait out the 1v1 here. Fire Ant taking a little bit of damage as he pokes out at Call Me Gil. Meanwhile, the rest of the team trading out here. Yami taking a little bit of damage here, as well as Merc J and that Atlas. The Atlas looking a little bit beat up. Let's see here. Damage is all concentrated in that CT as well, so that is a fairly unhealthy Atlas already. Ramrod doing a good job of twisting off all that damage into their arms. Staying mostly fresh so far.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Sneck sitting out here in the Corsair. It's getting fairly good trades so far, not having taken any damage. It looks as though the Atlases are looking to maybe swing in towards him there. Tio set up with a very good Overwatch position up here on the mountain. Just dumping lead in the Yami here as Yami tries with no avail to take Theta.
Kappa is under enemy control.
And KDCM will get the first cap of the match, taking over Theta. Not sure what Jay's referring to with that what there.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Oh, Yami will die. And Yami, it looks like, died while I was not looking, unfortunately, to an airstrike. That is a tragedy there. Let's see. Yami did, unfortunately, get caught out there by an airstrike in the back. Team's finally getting in here and fighting. Fire Ant getting 2v1 down. Oh, no, his team will come in and save him. However, Merc J getting absolutely just gunned into by the two assaults here. Ramrod now taking some fire from Tios. The Corsair relatively beat up here. However, Merc J is now one touch. Ramrod now taking a good amount of damage in the CT. Rest of 228 managing to take some fire off of the assaults here. But they're unable to finish Zelnaga as they swap to trying to take out Call Me Gil. Zelnaga sitting there just hiding right behind this mountain here. His team dropping strikes to try and keep 228 from pushing around that corner. Fire Ant will peek around here, and Sir Ramrod will go down, followed quickly by Merc J. So those two Atlases unfortunately getting blasted apart here. Tios now, however, critically wounded, very quickly likely to go down following any more damage. However, it is down now just to the Flea and two Crusaders to try and pull things back in a 3v6. Cloudosaur looking to maybe take a cheeky peek here, being slapped down by Snake. Fire aren't getting legged as he tries to push in here. And it will come down to Zelk to try and 1v5 bring this back.
The enemy has
And the match will go to
resources.
KDCM.
We
Alright, we'll get that pulled up on the scoreboard for everyone here. Alright, and that last match there. Lots of damage coming out from Jay and Snake there. Jay looking as though he did a very good job of pop-tarting out through most of that match. Corsair getting lots of good value just sitting over there on Trash Pile, a very good Overwatch position. Ramrod getting off the most damage 228R here in that Atlas, followed up by Zelk in the Crusader, and Merc J in the second Atlas. Overall, looking as though the bigs coming out from Reapers here doing a lot of damage, and Yami unfortunately just getting taken out by the airstrike before they could really get much damage out in that engagement. Moving to the map planner here. Last match here will be on Bearclaw. Fairly controversial map at the moment, however, still being fairly new. Its strategies are still fairly unset in stone. Overall, from what I've seen over the last couple weeks, I would expect most teams to try and hold. Oop, that's a little too big there. Somewhere over here in the 7 line, as unfortunately it just seems like this Kappa Ridge, well, it looks like it might be good on paper, is unfortunately just there's not enough views in here the Theta to really hold both points. And teams that have tried to use Kappa as their hold location have not fared the best from past experiences. Could also see one team try and hold Fox 6 Golf 6 here, or Delta 5 Echo 5. Will be interesting to see where teams decide and hold and how they intend to approach this match. Oop, and need to get that team on the clock there. Oopsie doopsie. Will definitely be a very interesting match to watch, just to see how both teams intend to approach this fairly dynamic and unexplored map, at least as far as strategies go. Alright, and Team 1 is locked. I'm going to give a couple extra seconds here to KDCM because I forgot to start the clock there. And we'll start the clock back up. Alright, looking as though both teams are almost ready here. Alright, both teams are locked. Oop! Hello, there we go. Bug-free comp ready game, everyone. Alright, and we will get that swapped into the in-game overview. Alright. Welcome to Bear Claw 2. Wonderful icy moon here. Cap points on this map are going to, of course, be Kappa, Theta, Epsilon. Alright, and let's see what's dropping in here from Team 2. Looks as though we got Catapult Charger Rush Deck backed up by a Crusader. Strut near and dear to my heart. Laser 1A1's coming out here with some small lasers as backups. See if that Crusader's also running Blazers or if it's running PPCs. It is running a 3 light PPC build. Quite unique. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Firing a Spider 5K. Looks like we got a Hatchet Man. Yeah, Hatchet Man 5S. And then looks like all 3 Marauders coming out here from 228R. Looks as though Yami is taking a little bit of fire here as he goes for Theta. Looks as though Fire Ant is going for Kappa. Looks as though he may have been called off Kappa. Now they've seen a couple of KDCM here. KDCM all bunched up, ready to just do the push here. Their catapults are ready to go. The nice conga line getting all assembled. Looking as though the catapults may try and lead the charge over their chargers, sealing the chargers' much coveted role as the leader of the pack.
That we have possession of Kappa.
Red Baron and Gladisaur setting up here, getting ready. Looking as though they may not... Oh! Glado has spotted them. Looks as though he is trying to wheel away here, as they will see the conga line of death coming in. Looks as though Ramrod may have backed away before realizing that the entire team is here from KDCM. And KDCM will pop multiple UAVs here. However, KDCM now should be under this UAV from 228R. In fact, 228R will start to pull away a little bit here and look to receive. Looking as though they're going all in on Call Me Gil. GLaDOSAUR taking a hefty beating there as he just gets run down. Looks as though they've now moved to Red Baron. They will take out the catapult of Xel'Naga, but Red Baron will fall quickly after. It's as though Lermgod has gotten stuck between a rock and a hard place as two of the Chargers, Catapult, and a Crusader run him down. Call Me Gil getting harassed by a fire ant here. Call Me Gil will go down. Ramrod next to get surrounded here, as he will go down quickly after. Fire ant will get legged, and it is down to Yami to try and pull something back here. 1-4. Sneck will spot Yami here.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Alright. Jay looking to be 1v1ing Yami here. Let's pull up. Jay's left leg is open here. Yami's left leg is now also open. Jay will lose his leg. Yami very close after, and he's running into the Charger of Snake and Tios. Yami very quickly legged here, and Yami will go down. Third nice and clean win coming out here from KDCM. Alright, let's get that swapped over to the scoreboard here. As we will begin swapping the two teams back across for the last time. Alright, and we will get both Jays in the lobby, it looks like, in this next match. Alright. 5 minutes going on the clock here, and looking back over that match here, Tios in the Charger doing the most damage that last match, followed up by KDCMJ. Otherwise fairly close to the pack. Damage is coming out there from KDCM. On the side of 228R, looks as though Yami and that Phoenix Hawk pulling off a lot of work. Meanwhile, it looks as though this Marauders just didn't have the breathing room, unfortunately, by the time the charge hit them to unfortunately pump out any real damage before they went down. Just purely out DPS'd, unfortunately, by those catapults. And they did quickly fall. Oh, and I missed the first team locking here. Resetting that timer. All right. They are canopying. I'm scared. Canopus has some cursed things. That's what I'll leave it at that. Canopus can be quite cursed. Alright, looks as though Team 2 is about to lock. Ah, Canopus Cat, the person. I understand now. I do not take back any of my statements about Canopus, the location, however. The Magistrate Canopus has some wild things. Alright, Team 2 is locked, and we will be launching for the final drop of 228 Reapers versus KDCM Korean Yacht Club. And let's get that scoreboard swapped around to the other sides here. Alrighty. While KDCM has already won the match overall, every drop can count as it is used to determine tiebreakers. As I believe the third step in the tiebreaker process is overall drop wins. Oh no. There's two of them. There are two J's. Which J is more powerful? Should be no surprise, of course, that I am in fact quite partial to my unit leader of Jay-Z, who isn't a stalker. The Chad, he's in a 3H. He's pulling out one of his hipster stalkers. Let's see here. And we will see a MRM 120 stalker coming out here from Jay-Z. Followed up by what looks like Blazers and some autocannons here from Lermgod. And then two Phoenix Hawks the Scout. There we go. Alright. And I probably made a couple people a little motion sick there. We got some truly Korean bling coming out here from the Korean Yacht Club as they bring out some Orions and Awesome and Dragons. We're going to see Daka coming out, Snub, Serm, a little bit of everything coming out here from these teams this time. Light Machine Gun 3X pulls, X pulls and Med pulls. This is going to be an AC-20, I just know it. No, it's an LB-5 and an MRM-10 with some Serms. Some of these builds are a little wild this match. Going a little bit on the unhinged side from both teams here, bringing out some spicy picks. Looks as though 228 has kind of tried to set up here around the airplane. Meanwhile, KDCM still slowly marching in with their Pretty Baby and 3 Onions. The Dragons leading the charge here, a little bit farther ahead against the rest of the pack. The Stalkers moving up as though they might be trying to punish these Dragons. Zanaga will get spotted by Jay here, and Zanaga will take a blunt hit of that at MRM 120. However, MRMs, their one downside being that they spread that damage everywhere, will not do any critical damage to any one component, though that right torso is looking spicy. Tio's taking quite a bit of damage on that approach. However, each of those Onions now are quirked to the point where they have as much armor as an Atlas. So, let's see here. Jay and Tios both taking a good amount of damage here, looking as though they are focusing down 228J. His left leg about to go. Jay will fall, followed very quickly here by Red Baron. The focus fire from KDCM being on point. So they now move in to take out Lermgod. Andy Lard will come in the back here and try and take out Tios. Tios will fall, likely very soon here, followed by Stool Softener, not before Lermgod goes down. Andy now in the back here, getting Xel'Naga's back turned as Gladisaur will drill out that back. Stool Softener will go down from Gladisaur. Andy now still poking in the back here. It's down to two Phoenixes here, and Andy and Yami, along with the Marauder from Glado versus the two Onions and the very, very close to death Jay in the Dragon. Zoom out a little bit here, try and get you all a better angle on the fight. Oop, that's too far. Alright. Glado 1v1 brawling here with Canopus Cat. Not anymore, however, as unfortunately once Andy went down here, Yami had to pull out. And Gladisaur will quickly fall. And it's now down to Yami to try and somehow Pop-Tart trade out this last 3 kills. He will jump up here and likely get spotted by a UAV. Yami now turning the runaway here as the VA Serm Brawl Onion comes for him. Canopian Cat has his name written on all over it. Very quickly here, Yami will try and run away. 228, still having the cap lead for the moment. KDCM seeming to prioritize trying to run down Yami here more than trying to regain caps. Likely knowing that if they can finish Yami here, the match will be theirs. However, if they fail to catch Yami here, could turn quite interesting. Yami getting off a good punch of damage in the J here. J's right side open. That Dragon likely being XL, but not guaranteed. The 1C being notorious for its +1 HSL perk. And it will be XL. However, it looks as though Yami may have been legged here. Yami will have been legged here. Can he drill through that Onion CT before the Brawl Onion takes him down? Oh, the Onion shut down. Yami is legged, however, but Yami will take him down. As now left to a 1v1 of Yami versus the legged Yami versus Snake. In his relatively fresh Onion, all things considered. Again, everyone needs to remember that this Onion does have, in fact, over 150 armor on that center torso with skills applied due to its quirks. Onions are a little bit tanky now after the most recent balance patch. Once again, having as much armor as an Atlas. Yami trying to slowly try and peek out and Snek here. Snek looking to try and maneuver around the side. The X-Pulses being quite good to try and nuke out that leg here. And fortunately, Yami will go down. It's left the Snek now, the run and grab cap, so it looks as though they may be able to pull this back.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Loving Twitch chat's reaction to a couple of the builds here. Again, you know, some of the lovely, lovely hipster builds coming out here in the triple MRM 40 Stalker, AC5 LAC, LPPC Dragon. We had a Mauler MX90. X-Pulse Onion with a singular light machine gun. Very, very well played game by both sides.
The enemy is at 25%. possession of Kappa.
Oh boy, and it looks as though it will be requiring Snek here to grab at least 3 cap points here. It may even require him to grab all 5, unfortunately, just due to the nature of the wonderful bugginess that is Custom Games calculation for Conquest caps.
We've captured resource point Sigma. We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up.
Snek on his bizarre adventure to cap all the points. KDCM very close to the 330 cap point threshold, at which point they will just win the match.
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will
All
provide
right.
us huge tactical benefit.
All right. Well, this has been KDCM versus 228R. Get the last scoreboard pulled up for everyone here. Thank you everyone on stream for tuning in, watching our wonderful Cap Gaming, those 2 drops. Last match here, Gladisaur and Yami no Tenchi pulling a lot of damage out. Jay-Z and Andy Lord also pulling out a good amount of damage. Red Baron, unfortunately, looking like he just died a little too early there. They caught him just at the right spot, where unfortunately the low DPS of those Blazers was not able to get out in multiple bursts. Getting taken down very quickly just shortly after Jay. Fairly close clumping on both teams coming out here, though. Overall, very, very close match. Great way to end off the night. This has been Hammerfell casting for you all for Intersphere Champions 6, Division A, KDCM Korean Yacht Club versus 228 The Reapers. Korean Yacht Club will take the match 4-1. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope to see you next time when we next play.